Who is legit? We were talking about going to prison earlier this week. Conversation about Lori Loughlin apparently is going to do like the movie Get Hard from a couple years ago with Will Ferrell and Kevin Hart, where Kevin Hart was supposed to train Will Ferrell how to get hard for prison. He's teaching him how to defend himself in the prison lingo. We even had our very own Bones and Smokestack carry on a conversation from the prison yard to teach us a bunch of prison lingo. I learned a lot from that, Virginia.
I did. Me too.
Bones is going to come in and sit in on the interview today, but he had too much bug juice in him.
He can't sit. He's got too much in the safe.
Yeah, too much.
So he took it to the hoop?
Bones is a little busy today.
Somebody stuffed the rabbit? Or whatever it was. Okay, so what we've got here, we've got somebody who is a legit ex-con, and then we've got somebody who is playing the part and trying to throw us off the scent of who is legit. We have to guess which one of these inmates is legit. Okay, so we've got inmate number one here. Hello, inmate number one.
Hi.
Okay, all right. You never know.
You never know.
I mean, we were talking about Lori Loughlin going to prison, so maybe that's Lori we got on the phone. I don't even know. And then we've got inmate number two. Hello, inmate number two.
Hello, everybody.
Okay.
Interesting.
Now, they went to hardcore prison or just...
I guess that's going to be part of the question. I think so. Yeah, they went to jail. Okay. Yeah, so they've been behind steel bars, Jaybird, incarcerated.
They've done some time.
Yes, they have done some time here. What we got to figure out is who is legit and who is not. Okay, for inmate number one, tell me what you did and how long you were in for, inmate number one.
Okay, so I was actually terrified when it happened that I was going to wind up on the Whacked Out News.
Okay.
But I was in a really awful relationship, and I was we were in a very loud argument, and the neighbors called the police, and a total flat top cop showed up, and
Yeah.
yep, and he got kind of mouthy with me, and he questioned my ability to parent, so I punched him in the face.
The flat top cop?
Whoa.
Okay. And how did that go over?
Well, not well. So then so there were a few officers there, and so then I also punched the officer that tried to restrain me.
Oh.
Well, you're just a punching machine.
And then they tased me, and they have to take a photo of it. So then I kicked the officer in the stomach that was trying to take a picture of my tase marks.
Wow, you are a
And-
feisty one.
Then I got out of my handcuffs in the police car.
And
You
what-
MacGyvered your way out of the handcuffs? Okay, this has got to be a fake story. It sounds like you're making it up as you go along.
Okay, so far, if you're just keeping score, she has punched two separate cops in the face, she's kicked one, and she's been tased, and now she's escaped her handcuffs in the back of the police car.
Wow.
This is great. Okay,
She is froggy if this is real.
what did you do now that you're free of the cuffs in the back of the car, inmate one?
I think I was crying really hard. I had been, I had a mommy's night out, so I wasn't.
Was White
in my
Claw
best
involved
frame
by
of
any
mind.
chance?
It was not.
Okay.
Yeah, just some IPAs.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Yeah, they pack a punch too, just like you.
Yeah, they really do.
Okay. And then how long were you incarcerated for your punch fest?
There was some space in between because I was sent to rehab.
Okay.
But I went, and then that didn't work out well either. So I went to, just forgetting about the rehab part altogether, I was incarcerated for about 9 months.
Wow.
Wow.
Okay. That's interesting. 9 months. That is quite a story. And you're right.
It's quite a
but
story.
It's detailed. That's why I can't the creativity if you made all that up.
It's all going to be on the second call. We'll be able to tell.
I may not need a second question.
You're right.
I think I'd be able to tell.
I agree
Just
with
from this
you.
story, I can tell you who is legit. Okay, inmate 2. The question is, see who is legit here of these two stories. What is it that you did, and how much time did you serve for that?
Okay, so short story is I was selling weed.
Mm-hmm.
It was about 10 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I had done it for a very long time. It was quite a lucrative business.
Okay.
And I had a friend that I partnered with it had to be over 5 years. So there was no reason to ever not trust him. And one day he came to the house, and he had a friend with him. No big deal. His friend was like, I just want to get a little bag. And I'm like, okay. Now, I never normally sold anything small. It was normally much larger quantities.
You go.
So I didn't really think much about it. Okay, here's your stuff, go on your way, see you later. Well, about a week later, I get a banging on my door in the middle of the night. Well, not really middle of the night, probably about 8 p.m.
Okay.
I'm, a little old. So 8 p.m. was late. Get a banging on the door, and they are looking for my partner, my friend.
Okay.
And they're like, where is he? I know he lives here. And I'm like, no, he doesn't. But the more they talked, the more I knew why they were there. So I was like, look, I don't want you to tear my house apart. Just come in, take what you want to take.
Mm-hmm.
So I ended up being caught with 25 pounds of marijuana.
Whoa.
And the reason being is because his friend that he brought got caught with a little bag of weed and decided to snitch out everybody that he knew that was selling large quantities. And meanwhile, I didn't even know this guy, and I got caught up in the middle of it.
And how much time did you serve for getting caught with 25 pounds of weed?
So thankfully, because it was my first offense, I was only sentenced to 18 months, but I did just a little over a year.
Wow. I honestly, I don't think I need any more questions.
Yeah, I don't know. Somewhere in the story of inmate 2, I'm like going, no, there's no way inmate 2 is legit. And then, I don't know, she kind of brought me back around a little bit. I do have a little shadow of a doubt. What do you think, Jay-Bird,
I think it's definitely inmate 2 is the real one.
Really?
I do.
They got me bamboozled.
Okay, Virginia.
I don't know who it
All right,
is.
everybody's going to get a question here, I
Both
guess.
girls sound legit.
Yes. I thought no way it's inmate 2.
It's the second. It's definitely the second.
You're saying it's definitely the second? I still am leaning inmate 1.
So
Okay.
much happened with inmate 1. How did she not make the whacked out news?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay, Virginia, do you have a question for our inmates here to find out who is the legit ex-con? One of them is, one of them is not.
Tell me about when you were there and 9 months for inmate 1 and 18 months for inmate 2. I mean, that's a good chunk of change. What happened to your lives on the outside? I know inmate 1 had kids. Inmate 2 might. Who navigated your lives for you while you were locked up?
Okay, inmate 1, who took care of the kids for you?
Well, I am incredibly lucky that my son has wonderful grandparents, and they basically just took over his care for 9 months while I was away.
Grandma, grandpa.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then in terms of other stuff, I was living with a friend, so I didn't have a lease, so I didn't have to worry about an eviction or anything. And I didn't really have any bills on my name. My car got
She's so
impounded.
So the
But
fake.
Your car got repoed.
Okay.
well, it got. I think it got impounded. I don't actually remember.
Yeah.
It was quite a while ago.
You're right, Jay-Bird.
I mean, I already got my answer.
You're right.
Just real quickly, tell me
Yeah.
tell me when you guys are in the clinic.
Hold on real quick. I got to
Wait,
hit.
inmate
Oh,
2
I'm
has to say
sorry.
hers.
I'm sorry.
And let me do the hosting here.
I thought you were asking me. I thought you said Jaybird.
No. Okay, inmate 2, who took care of your responsibilities while you were locked away?
Well, thankfully, I didn't have much, so I wasn't working because I was doing this full time. I did have a dog, and my mom was pretty amazing, so she did take my dog. She did pay to end my lease early, so I didn't, have any kind of eviction. Meanwhile, I already have a background now. But my mother was really amazing. I couldn't have.
Okay.
I don't know what I would have done. I had no kids, thank goodness. I
Okay.
wouldn't have been doing what I was doing if I had children.
Okay. All right. That's pretty legit. That's inmate 2. After the second round, I've been won over. Jaybird, did you want to throw one other thing in there?
I don't even need to. It's definitely inmate 2.
Okay. I've swung to inmate 2. Virginia, do you agree?
I do agree, but I love inmate 1's story.
That's pretty amazing. Okay, inmate 2, are you a legit ex-con?
No, I am not.
Oh, inmate 1 fooled you guys.
What?
Why did I listen to you?
Secret.
I should have listened
That
to
is
you.
a true story. It's just not my story.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it's actually a story of my mother. My mom, that's her real story, not mine.
Inmate 1. That's amazing.
Wow.
But inmate 1, you started kind of falling apart on the second answer. Like you couldn't remember, and what happened?
It happened in 2012, so it was a while ago. And I didn't. I mean, all of that
That's an amazing
is
story.
legitimate.
Wow.
My son just went and stayed with his grandparents, and I didn't have a lease, and I lost my job, but I worked for a small business, and so they were very, like they knew that I was a good person having a hard time, and so
Hey, I know. Trust me, I've had those IPAs bite me in the.
But you basically.
I've had a bad night on IPAs too. I get it.
You escaped out of handcuffs.
Wow, gosh, that is an amazing story.
How does that
I'm like,
even
there's no way
happen?
she's making that up. Wow. Okay. Well, that's some crazy stuff. Well, thank you very much, inmate 1, inmate 2. You guys were both fantastic with your legit and not legit stories. We're all wrong. They got us on that.
Dang.
That's just some crazy stuff. All right. Well, hey, if you've got a great story like that, we could do anything from the swingers to somebody who is or has been homeless, cops, teacher. We could do basically anything for who is legit. So if you want to play along, and if you want to be the thespian person to try to fool us, Inmate 2 did an amazing job. Just send us an email, mail@kvjshow.com, mail@kvjshow.com. We'll get you on here for who is legit.